Moving on to the Southwest region, where the Society for Art Collection held its annual Colloquium in Lagos, bringing together artists, collectors and stakeholders to discuss best practices in art collecting and preservation. Afia TV's Ogochukwu filed this report.
With a mission to advance art appreciation and preservation by educating collectors, supporting artists and fostering sustainable art practices, the Society for Art Collection held its annual colloquium in Lagos with the theme Art Collecting and Preservation, Best Practices in Documenting and Protecting Your Collection. The event opened with remarks from the President and Chairman of the Governing Council, Dr. Oke Anwiyago, who emphasized the essence of the colloquium in deepening understanding of art collection.
Just looking around this hall, this theater, you would agree with me that the reason why we're here today is very, very important. I believe that art is essential for the soul, for the living. Think about flowers, think about colors. When you see those colors and you see those flowers, they bloom like Roma's blooms. They make you happy. When you're sad and you have a nice, beautiful painting on your wall and you lay down on your bed and you look up and you see the artwork, you begin to wonder the influence, the intricacies of the space that you're looking at. And it takes your mind away from your worries.
Delivering the keynote, Mr. Femi Akinsianya highlighted why art collecting remains a vital practice.
Why art collecting? In my view, great art has the power of blessing and uplifting all who encounter it, or instigating them to call to the very best within themselves, and then seek to extend the same unto others in their own circles of influence. Consistent encounters with great art could motivate us to better tapping into and appreciating the deeper, higher, and noble aspects of our being and our place and role in relationships with others and the world.
While a panel session featured Mrs. Nkechi Adedeji, who underscored the critical role of museums in preserving artworks.
For us in the museum, we deal with artifacts, with collections, collections are artifacts, antiquities, and so we are particular about documentation, preservation, and every other thing around the protection of our cultural heritage. For documentation, we'll be talking about, without documentation, really, there's really no need for preservation of objects, because the documentation involves provenance, and provenance speaks to all the information you need about a particular artifact, about an object. For instance, the ownership of that object, the medium, the history surrounding that object. Every information you need about that object must be documented.
Renowned journalist Rufai Oseni, an attendee, reflected on the beauty of art.
Art is life itself. I mean, every fiber of our being, everything around us is an art form. The other day I was looking at the body of an athlete. You look at the veins across the body, the veins that carry blood to every part of the body. It's an art form. God himself is the greatest artist. So what do we try to do every time? We try to replicate every form of art, which is a reflection of our lives and humanity. I mean, look at this building. Look at wonderful works of art. Look at the likes of Grillos of this world. Look at the likes of Murainas of this world. Look at the likes of Monets of this world. Look at the likes of Alberto Giacometti, that did one of the most interesting and one of the most expensive sculpture called The Walking Man. You'll see that all of this come together in an art form. And look at the likes of the new art, NFTs and the likes. art that is being sold online, art that is being sold in every part of the world, art that is being used as a form of protest. That's what art means. So it's everywhere around us. Nigerian arts, foreign arts, the life we live, the way the waves of the water flow is art itself. So everything is art.
He also expressed disappointment at the government's limited involvement, urging stronger support for the arts in Nigeria.
As it is with everything, government is not doing enough. There's a whole lot more that can be done. But at first, it starts with even putting people in government affairs that understand what art is all about. You cannot give what you don't have. So if you don't have people that have a total appreciation of what art means, you can't get a lot done. But there's a big opportunity. And I think we got it in the past because most of what we're enjoying today was as a result of one of the biggest investments in arts in Festac 77. The Festival of Black Arts and Culture. But we also, with everything with government, we all know how the story ended with Festac. Yeah, we built the National Theatre, but we knew the corruption too that also entered it. So this is Nigeria for you. But we're also optimistic that maybe when they start to understand what is really happening in the ecosystem of art itself, then they'll be able to make vital investment. Yeah, there are art schools here and there, but we can do a whole lot more. But as it is in every area, government is always lacking one way or the other.
The colloquium also featured a documentary screening, interactive audience sessions, plaque presentation, and a group photograph to round off the day. The Society for Art Collection continues to serve as a catalyst for nurturing a culture of art appreciation and responsible collecting, bridging gaps between artists, collectors, and institutions, and strengthening the creative ecosystem in Nigeria and beyond. Ogochukwu Osai reporting for Afia Television.